here's a quick overview of what I'm doing with Tanstack now. So I'm using Tanstack form, actually using it with Vue. Most people don't know that a lot of the Tanstack libraries are also available on multiple platforms. And what my focus is on is the form validation. So just quickly, I have this little app. I want to be able to validate all my form fields and appropriately set my submit button. So I'm using Zod in the back end here for validation. I need to be 18 years old. So all my fields are set. You can see here's my field values that'll get passed when I do submit, and you get them. After importing libraries, you need to bring in the use form. You need to set up your default values. Since I'm using Zod for my validator, here I have a separate file with my form schema in it. This is just your regular Zod setup. So you set up a form schema with Zod. So I'm passing the form schema back. I need the types for my use form, so I'm inferring my types from my form schema. So I have my form schema, my form values here, inferring the type so I can properly set up my default values, and so use form knows what field it should be looking for. Then on submit, if everything is validated, I get passed in my data here. Had to make some changes to get my submit button to be disabled on start. And so what you're doing here is on mount, you're validating the form. This was just some extra code that I put in to console log some things out. But the basic gist is set up Zod, call use form, and then the last part, we'll just use this form field, the input. Inside your form field, you wrap your input, this is my input, you wrap it in a form field from Tanstack form, which then gives you a slot, and then you put your element inside the slot here. You specify the name, ID, value, and then you handle the on-change events by passing the appropriate values back to the field. And the last part, which is the most important part, why we put it here, is these validators. And this is where I'm saying on this specific event, use this Zod schema property for validating. I'm validating both on mount and on blur so that I get the appropriate UI. If you want to see more information, click the link associated with the short, and I go through this whole file in detail along with the source code.